work for the BBC as a research specialist.
Yes.
And I was wondering how the BBC deals with the data that you provide them with. What do they use it for, or how is it used?
Well, it's not really data. It'll be information, and it really depends on the program itself. They'll use it in different ways. If they're trying to find somebody, then hopefully I can find them on a social network, and that'll be useful. They might want pictures of somebody, or just to know who someone's connections are. They use me in different ways. I was involved in making a website to provide a cover story to a journalist a while back. So you never really know what I'm going to be doing.
Okay. I don't know if you heard, but in Belgium we had a tragic, a bus accident in Switzerland with children. Yeah.
Yes.
And there was a whole debate about newspapers using pictures that they got from Facebook. The children's pictures.
Yes.
And I was wondering if, is there some sort of ethical code at the BBC, or how, which pictures are...
We do have strong guidelines, and really they're based on respect and ethics. And if ever we're not sure, we have a department that we can speak to called Editorial Policy, or EdPol as it's known in the BBC, and we can run things past them. But on things that involve children especially, and legal issues, the ethics we tend to speak to Editorial Policy. The legal, we have a legal team that we can speak to as well, called Programme Legal Advice, and they will give us the confidence that we're acting in the right way if we're not sure.
Right. Do you feel that everyone should be able to search the web for data, like you just did in the other session? It's everyone can do it that way. Should they be able to?
Well, I think so, because a lot of the computer world, if you like, is shrouded in jargon, but actually the jargon masks rather simple, straightforward techniques. I realise that, I've been using the net now since the 70s, and so I might have, in some respects, a little head start on that jargon and on that way of doing things, but I still think that my role can help people to do exactly what I do and get the most out of the web, really.
Yeah. How do you feel the your job as an information researcher changed throughout the years with the internet becoming more widespread?
It used to be that the people that you found online were nerds or companies. But now, of course, with 900 million people on Facebook, it's become commonplace, and that is just a real revolution.
Yeah.
So it's just everyone that you want to research is somewhere on the net.
Yeah,
if they're not, they're a bit weird.
Yeah. And how did you do it before then? Because you obviously couldn't find everyone you were looking
for. Sure. Even if the person that you're looking for didn't have a social networking site, there would be information about people on the net. So it might be that I would say, well, okay, I need to find out information about someone that's been arrested. I would perhaps do a Nexus Lexus search and look in newspapers. Or I might have a look on Companies House and see if they've registered any companies, that sort of thing. So even if they have never seen whatever it was back then, Google Groups or MySpace, there would still be information about people.
Final question, maybe. I got this from Edith, that you're a supporter of entrepreneurship in journalism, or that you want journalists to be entrepreneurs, really, and to come, to maybe. I think he meant actually, not necessarily be bound to a certain newspaper or platform.
I mean, I understand that people have their contracts with their employers, but one thing that I noticed that we're lacking in the UK perhaps is the collaboration that you see in mainland Europe. Events like this, I think, are wonderful because they give us a chance to come together across the industry and support each other. There doesn't have to be walls between us. We're all doing a similar job and we can all be of benefit to each other. So I tend to try and help people as much as I can, and I'm sure that when I need help, people will be there for me as well.